Okay, we're gonna have to go out of order with these because I've been way too slow to record them. Next is the United States. The United States is going to win the 2026 World Cup. I'm just kidding. There's no way we can do that. But since I live here, I'm legally and emotionally obligated to say that about them. These are my guys, and this is the most talented group of Americans to ever do this. Playing at home in a kind group with a coach who keeps looking at the camera and going,
The other day is, why not us? Why not us? Why not us? We need to really believe.
He said it 3 times out loud. So it's becoming really hard to think, why not us? And I want to believe him so bad that I feel like it's clouding my judgment a bit, which is a problem because my job in these videos is to tell you the truth. So for this one, I'm going to do my best to be an adult, and every time the flag waving gets a little too out of control, I'll try to course correct and get back on track. Let's find out if we're actually ready. The US in the modern era has never gotten past the round of 16. That's our ceiling. The 2002 quarterfinal in the World Cup is still the gold standard, and many players on this team weren't even born, which is tough because this generation is supposed to be the one. Pulisic, Balogun, McKinney, guys playing real minutes at European clubs. Not just the one American who made it, but a whole team full of them. And now, we're hosting it, which cuts both ways. At a home World Cup, getting out of the group is the minimum. Anything less than the knockouts on home soil in front of everybody we know will be a massive disappointment. There's no pressure though. That's the whole video, honestly. The talent says now, the pressure says please don't joke. Okay, a little bit about our tactics. Mauricio Pochettino coached Tottenham, PSG, Chelsea. He's an actual blue chip resume type of coach. He took the US job in 2024, and after a lot of tinkering, he's landed on the 3-4-2-1. In plain English, that's 3 center backs, 2 wing backs, a midfield pair, 2 creators, and 1 striker. In the more honest version, which Alexi Lalas said out loud, it's a back 5. Teams don't like to call it that because it sounds like they're scared, but that's the bet. You build a wall of 5, then you let your 2 guys outside absolutely fly up the field. Anthony Robinson, Jedi, hilarious nickname by the way, is one of the better overlapping fullbacks in the Prem. He smashed in a first-time volley against Germany in our last warm-up and then limped off. It's okay though, it was just cramps. He's fine, he'll be a starter. On the other side, Serginho Dest, fresh off a 3rd straight Dutch title with PSV, and Pochettino sometimes shoves him up so high on the field that he basically becomes a winger. Those 2 provide all the width, and naturally that frees Pulisic to drift inside into dangerous pockets instead of hugging the touchline. So that wall of 5 holds the floor and the fast guys climb up the ladder. In front of that wall, the pivot, Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie. Adams is the anchor, the ball winner. McKinney is the one who's allowed to crash forward, and he just put up 9 goals and 8 assists for Juventus across all competitions. Good enough to make the Serie A team of the season. And an interesting wrinkle that could get thrown into the mix is dropping Gio Reyna into a deeper midfield role, specifically to pass forward, because Adams is a destroyer and not a creator. Do that, and the US suddenly has a guy whose sole job is to unlock a packed defense. Against teams in this group that will absolutely sit deep, that matters a lot. So we have a couple guys who can steal the game. My favorite part, the guys who can win the game by themselves, and for once the US has a couple. Christian Pulisic, Captain America, the LeBron James of soccer. He's not coming off his best season with Milan. He recorded 8 goals and 4 assists, but he possesses the most quality of any player on this team. Back in September of last year, he passed Clint Dempsey for the most goals an American has ever scored in Europe's top 5 leagues. He's a proper good player, full stop. Folarin Balogun, the striker, people forgot about him last year after his injury. Then this season, he goes on an 8-game scoring streak, a run that only rivaled one other player in all of Europe's top 5 leagues. You want to know who? This guy, Kylian Mbappé. Our guy matched Mbappé. 19 goals across all competition, Monaco's best player this season. Now, I know some Europeans watching might not be moved by this, but for Team USA, this is huge news. And then we have Matt Vries. I wouldn't go so far as to say he's close to world class, but he turned down Manchester United's academy to go to Harvard and get a degree in economics. Not sure how that'll transfer into his play, but it's a fun fact. He plays in the MLS for NYCFC, and at last summer's Gold Cup, he saved 3 penalties in 1 quarterfinal shootout. He could be of huge importance for the red, white, and blue. So our group. Group D, Paraguay, Australia, Turkey. This schedule's the dream for the US. Paraguay on June 12th in Los Angeles, Australia on June 19th in Seattle, Turkey on June 25th, back in LA. Every game will be played on home soil by design. And the matchups are genuinely kind. Paraguay are super gritty, but we are the projected favorites. We also beat them in November of last year where Reyna and Balogun got goals. Australia, honest and runs hard, but they're beatable. Turkey is the real danger. Back at the World Cup for the first time in 24 years, they're a young, fun team. Arda Güler and Kenan Yıldız are 2 of my favorite talents in all of Europe. That being said, with a 48-team format and the top 3 teams advancing, the US should get out of this group, ideally in one of those 2 top spots. So we almost certainly make the knockouts, which is exactly why the next section is the whole ballgame. So are we actually ready for this? Alright, it's time for me to be brutally honest. First, notice what I'm not going to say. It's not age. This is the 5th youngest squad the US has ever sent to the World Cup. Pulisic is only 27, Balogun is 24, Adams and McKinney are smack in their primes. Nobody's legs are too old here. It's the opposite. The real issue, our spine is thin and untested, and we got a preview of it in the final send-off. June 6th at Soldier Field, Germany beat us 2-1. We looked good, but a real heavyweight still found our soft spots. one of which is that the midfield is one man deep. Tyler Adams is the only true defensive-minded midfielder on this roster. Johnny Cardoso's ankle injury knocked him out of the tournament, and then Pochettino left Tanner Tessman home anyway. A healthy enough player who started 6 of our last games. Not picked. Lord knows why. So if Adam gets hurt or picks up a couple of cards, there's no like for like behind him. The whole engine of this team has 0 spare parts. Second, the backline is a bit wobbly. Chris Richards, our first choice center back, tore 2 ankle ligaments playing for Crystal Palace in mid-May, and almost missed an entire month, including the Germany game. As I record this, he's been past fit and he says he's ready for the opener. Great news. But he'd be starting a World Cup stone cold off basically 0 match minutes. And next to him is Tim Ream, who is 38 and will be tasked with covering the grass behind those flying wingbacks. And finally, this is where I take back some of my Freeze love. Matt Freeze can be very good for us, but he is completely unproven at this level. His penalty saves are real, and he started 15 of our last 18 games. The job is basically his. But he's an MLS goalkeeper who'd never played a major international tournament before last summer, and now he's in the last line of defense at a home World Cup. Belgium has Courtois, Brazil has Alisson, Spain has 3 guys. We have a Harvard grad with about a year of experience and a great story. He might be able to win us a game, but he could also lose us one. So I think we'll be a really fun team, but we're held together with tape in a few spots. The market has the US around plus 6,000. Let's just call it as it is, damn near impossible. The analysts say round of 16, maybe a quarterfinal if everything breaks right. Even our own coach admits we don't have a single player ranked in the world's top 100. Me, look. We don't need to be the best team in the world to win this. We have the group, we just need a favorable draw, our players to be informed, Matt Freese to play out of his mind, our backline to hold up, someone to help out Tyler Adams in the middle of the pack, Poch to put on a tactical masterclass, we'll need a worldie of a tournament from the LeBron James of soccer, and someone to step up alongside him. Yeah, this isn't sounding too hot. But who knows, nothing is impossible. Maybe we can win it, but probably not. Next episode alphabetically should be Uruguay, but I need to get this one out before the US match started today. Whoever's next should be fun to go through. Subscribe and we'll keep figuring this thing out together, one confidently unqualified breakdown at a time.